What do you just think about the plan the NBA has laid out to deal with COVID? I mean, it can be ultra cautious at times, but I guess you could argue that ultra caution is kind of what you need. Just what are your thoughts on the plan?
I think it's great, especially to help prevent it. I think they did a great job at the bubble and, kind of, structuring around that plan, bringing it to the regular season. So I think it's a great plan.
Zora Stevenson, you can go next.
Hey, Bled, great to see you. I'm sure that your focus right now is in New Orleans, but of course I got to hit you with a Bucks question. What will you remember most about your time in Milwaukee?
The fans, the organization, my teammates, and getting the opportunity, to play at the highest level of the people championship.
How much are you still bugging Chris? Have you kind of laid off now that you all aren't teammates anymore? What's the relationship like right now?
Chris still owes me some money, so I get a chance to check him when I see him tomorrow.
Good to see you, Bled.
Bye-bye.
Will, we can't hear you. No. We'll go to Scott Kushner. You can go next.
Hey, it's Scott Kushner, NOLA.com. I'll put the camera on. I was just wondering defensively, how challenging has this training camp kind of been? What's everything sort of been like learning Stan's system? And then how has it been kind of pairing with Lonzo in the backcourt there?
I think it's been phenomenal. I think it's more so mental part, staying focused, staying engaged, executing, listening, pretty much just the mental part of it. Like I said, just executing, what Stan, implemented us to, do defensively as far as the schemes. And, just, staying focused out there, listening, staying with the players and stuff.
Hey, Bled, what's up? It's Eric from back in Milwaukee. How you doing? Hope you're well. For you, I guess, those 3 years with the Bucks, just you got to be all defense a couple times. It felt like you got to be a part of that winning culture. Just what was that like for you to kind of get to experience all those things in Milwaukee?
It was great, man. Something I never take back, take for granted. Playing with some, great talented players over there, more so not just players, but, my brothers, off the court, even though I'm in a different uniform, I still, give them a shot on my back, that's the, bond, friendship we built, when I was there.
Going into this offseason, in my head, I was like, okay, if Bled gets traded, like the dude that comes in isn't going to be as good defensively. And I think when they were thinking maybe Drew gets traded, they were going to think the same thing. What is it like to kind of fill a similar role in the way that Drew was so good for the Pelicans defensively last year? You get to do the same thing this year.
No, I mean, Drew is a hell of a player, man. He's one of a kind. And, like you said the same, he, had, here, I'm kind of in. But at the same time, I still got to play, my game. Like you said, defense, helping guys get better, as far as, the young players. And, try to be a leader, out there, help win games.
Appreciate you. Good to see you.
Likewise.
No? You can hear me?
Will, we can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, Eric, you couldn't be there for that first preseason game, but I'm assuming you watched it. And if so, just what do you think about how you can fit into what the team was doing and how they were playing?
I can't hear you. Your mic too low or something.
No, I said, if you watched that first preseason game, just how do you think you fit in with what the team was doing and how they were playing?
I couldn't really watch it from the station I was trying to. So I couldn't watch it, but they showed the film and clips, and I think, I could fit in well playing off the ball, with great, ball handling and got great court vision in Zoe. And, great talented players out there as far as, him, Zion, and B.I. And, me putting in that mix, I can help take a little bit of pressure off on me, help him lead and help, lead them out there as far as being in the right spots, knowing what it takes to, get over the hurdle in close games. So.
Hey, Eric, Christian Clark here again. It seemed like one of the things that Stan was excited about after that preseason game was the 11 turnovers. Just in your time with him in training camp, I mean, has that been an emphasis area of, valuing the ball?
Oh, no question. No question. I think Stan, that's the biggest thing, attention to detail. He definitely wants you to take care of the ball, out there on the floor. He don't care what, shots you take, so to speak. He really don't want you to, turn it over as much. So this is a game of basketball. You're going to get turned over. So.
And just to follow up on that real quick, I mean, there are a lot of guys on this team who, thrive in transition. What is kind of your sense of the balance of, we can get out on the break and score a lot of points that way, but also with that, turnovers can kind of go hand in hand at times?
I mean, because at the same time you're playing fast. Once you play fast, you're not thinking. You make a decision. I feel like when you're not thinking. And when you're playing fast, turnovers gonna happen. As long as it's aggressive turnovers, you trying to make a play for someone or trying to get a score. But at the same time, you don't want to impact or make a bad decision by not getting back after you made a turnover. So I think we've been doing a great job of not doing bad plays and talking bad plays.
Andrew Wagner, go ahead.
Hi, Eric. Good to talk to you again. I'm sure you're missing the cold and gray weather here in Milwaukee so very much. I'm just curious, aside from the basketball and the obvious talent that you're bringing to the Pelicans, but you're coming to a team that's on the rise. So I'm wondering if there's anything that you took intangibles from your time with the Bucks that you're hoping that you can instill on your new teammates as they kind of go for that next step.
Like I said, how attention to detail Bud was. He has been in the gym a long time, but he wanted to focus at everything, in that moment. Not goofing around, none of those things when, it's time to, put in work, because he's a firm believer what having the practice transfer over to the game. So, and I think we've been doing a great job of listening, even though we got a young group. They're still kids. So at the same time, there's a time and place to play and a time and place to, be great. And I think we got a lot of talent on this team to be great.
Speaking of you mentioned kids, how is your little princess doing? Is she getting acclimated down there? I know there are a lot of people that are going to miss her up here.
No, she's still at school up there. They had already started the school year, so I didn't want to, but definitely not have some. Thanks, Drew.
Perfect. Thanks, Bud.
Thank you, guys.